Hello again. I feel like sharing stuff today. You know, I recently have thought about starting a second YouTube channel that's specifically just for e-commerce and Etsy, because this channel originally started for travels, because I was traveling whenever and the pandemic hit, and that's when I wrote my story. I couldn't go at that point. When the pandemic hit, I at that point was closing a 3-year chapter that I had been on the go non-freaking stop, all the way from the northern part of Colombia all the way down to almost the whole length of the continent, down further south than Santiago, Chile, and then I had gone east to Argentina, spent 8 months there, saw Uruguay, and then I had just gotten back to Bogota, Colombia when the whole world caught on fire, and I was stuck in a hostel for like 4 months, and I couldn't go anywhere else but within, and so I was like, it's really time for me to get my story down, because when people would be like, oh my God, you've been doing this for 3 years by yourself with the backpack on your back, figuring it out, you're so brave, and I would always think, if you knew the path that led me here, you know just how brave I am. So I knew it was time to get my story down, and it was during that time period also that I discovered e-commerce, but also I started my YouTube channel. And most of the people on here want to see these really awesome, cool travel videos, and I can tell you this, as sure as this sky right there, right? As sure as that sky is blue, I can tell you that my travel videos aren't going to be like other people's travel videos. I'm not here to be like anyone else, right? I'm going to be doing a lot more with my YouTube channel when my travel journey does exist or does pick back up here pretty soon. But I feel inspired to talk about Etsy. This is just as much, because one of the most common questions people ask, because they're looking for ways to break free in their life, whether it's by, letting everything go and getting in an RV and traveling, or facing fears in other places in their life, or going on that dream vacation, or solo traveling just once in their life because they're scared to death of solo traveling for whatever reason. It's my norm. I mean, the number one question people are scared about is the economic part of it, which I will tell you, traveling doesn't have to cost a lot of money. I mean, a ticket to get somewhere, obviously, but like there's lots of different, which will be a different video for a different time, as far as travel hacks and ways to not have a big monthly payment somewhere, or I don't know. There's all kinds of things, ways that you can do it if you're looking for a long-term travel path. If you're looking for hacks on the cheapest way to go spend a week or two in Bali, I have no idea. Can't help you. I've never traveled anywhere for just 2 weeks. I go for long hauls. I go for months or years at a time, and drift across borders with one bag on my back. Occasionally have a smaller pull-along suitcase, but this time I'm not going to. And then I have my little school backpack that I have my portable office in. I knew when I started traveling, that's what people are like, oh, well, that's why you do that, because you have online businesses. And I'm like, no, I didn't have that when I first started. But being out of my comfort zone and falling in love with travel life and being in alignment with my purpose as a starseed, as a light worker, and as a traveler that's meant to just live free, as a free spirit, and document places, I knew that my personal purpose is to create a completely online life. So being out of my comfort zone in so many dynamics, traveling alone for the time period that I did, and being in adverse situations where I was like, man, like I really wish that I could not have to do a volunteership in a way to not pay for a place to stay, because I really want to be alone, but gosh, I really wish I had a passive source of income, because I'm going to have to go teach for a minimum wage online, which I don't really want to do, but I will if I have to. And then, but as being out of my comfort zone and having those things that seemed like they were unpleasant, it was really just contrast, and contrast serves a huge purpose. Without it, growth and expansion would be impossible. So I had just turned in my manuscript to my editor. This was 2020 at the end of the year. I had just turned that in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I literally poured my soul into this work for the past 9 months. I had come back to Oklahoma at that point. I finally got a humanitarian flight after 4 or 5 attempts. I don't remember. I finally got out after 4 months of being in that hostel in martial law lockdown, and came back to Oklahoma. It was so strange to be back here, and just the whole pandemic thing, right? It was just such a different time in life. And I was laying in my bed one day, and I was like, it's so weird to have a day off. I've woken up and put my heart and my soul into my business every single day, or into my book every single day, and sitting with those versions of myself to get my story on paper. And it was one of the hardest things I'd ever done up until that point, with the exception of living through the things that I had the courage and felt called to speak of. And I was like, there must be so many ways to make money online. Like, and I know a lot of it's bullshit. I watched hundreds of videos, on YouTube, many of those ways didn't ever work, or you could just get a couple bucks here and there to fill out stupid surveys or whatever. But I was like, there must be a way, and I want to be able to create something, and I want it to be in alignment with my book series. That will be a series of many works ongoing. And I heard a YouTube video about, it's from Wholesale Ted. If you've never checked her out, I recommend checking her out, because I immediately, I felt her authenticity. And I've also, my journey had already taught me this, but to listen to my intuition, the things that make you go like ping, ping, like inside, like there's something to that. It won't make sense to your logical mind. But when she was talking, she got to, it was like 21 ways to make money online, blah, blah. Well, she touched on having your print on demand t-shirt business, and kind of explained the process of it. And I was like, that really resonates with, the concept resonates with me, but not t-shirts isn't my thing. I don't have a passion for t-shirts. If you do, that's awesome, but listen to what calls your soul, right? So that's where it all began. And I thought, well, so the more and then I ended up, pulled the trigger on, she had like an online, I think it was like $67 a month for her. It was like a package where she taught you how to start, like from start to finish, how to find designs, how to find a niche, how to create designs, how to set up a Shopify store. How to make it all connect with Facebook, how to build a business page, what's SEO. Like, she gave a whole spiel about it. And that was like, I fell in love with it because it gave me the power. I was like, oh my God, like there's like this whole business out here of like companies that literally just offer products, like all different, you can choose what you want to create. And, my passion was leggings. I had always really enjoyed wearing leggings, loved it. I had been an athlete my whole life. I played soccer for 20 years when I was younger, much younger. Soccer 20 years. I played softball, I played hockey, I played basketball, I played volleyball, I ran track, and I'd been in and out, and a recurring, what's it called? Simultaneous passion, and the backdrop of all of that always was weightlifting and bodybuilding. And I always just loved wearing leggings. And like I had just talked about in my last video, I used to be really big. I used to be 240 pounds. And I always felt like, not only was it not fair that skinnier women or thinner women had so many more options to choose from, which was insult number one. It was insult number two that they had their complete awesome creative collection over here, but plus size girls are not only going to have like a fourth or a half of those same options, but they need to go shop in this designated plus size area. That's a double marginalizing. So it was always just to, like, I don't know. And I thought, I'm going to learn how to create leggings, because I think that women of all shapes and sizes need to have like crazy amount of options, and they need to all be available in the same place. Like, and so that's where that kind of began with my print on demand e-commerce business. Originally it started with Shopify, following Wholesale Ted's course, but then I realized also getting into it that Shopify is for if you already have a humongous following, social media following, or you have like $3,000 or $5,000 to play with, to have it SEO optimized professionally. And there's lots of reasons, different video for a different time. Anyway, that's how I found Etsy. I had an international vision. I knew writing my story, and I had been in all these different places in South America, but I also, being there, had brought me to people from all around the world who were traveling there. And I had made contacts with people all around the world. And I wasn't able to travel because of the pandemic. So I was like, my bigger vision was to have my book available in different languages as well. And I was like, I had a global vision from day one. And all went hand in hand with my desire, ever since I was a little girl, to travel, and also to be the CEO of my own company, however that looked for me, of my own enterprise. And so that's kind of how all that started, with, of course, lots of mistakes later, learning. And then I was like, I need to try different print providers. I need to make sure that the quality of these leggings is going to be something. I'm looking at longevity of my brand. Let me look at these different factors that go into play. I'm not looking to just have one great idea that's a get-rich-quick scheme that's going to make me a few $100,000 or $20,000 in a month of a trending idea. No, I'm looking at the longevity of my brand. It's going to be hand in hand with my journey that I can look at growing and expanding over the course of time. And so quality is a must. Building trust with customers is a must. I know the person who takes a risk on buying a product, I want them to come back. I want them to love what they get and have a reason to come back time and again, because the quality is there and they believe in. So therefore I'm going to believe in what I sell, because I'm real. So I want to be able to vouch for that quality. So then there began that process. And then being able to say, so my thing to you is, if you're looking at a way to start a business online, and the big thing right now, e-commerce, drop shipping, print on demand, here's my advice to you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't. Because I've done mine differently than anyone else. I watched tons of videos on all over print, on legging brands, on athleisure brands, on athletic wear brands, on sports related brands, on you name it. Like, I've been looking, like, in relation to print on demand, e-commerce, like looking at how other people are doing their stuff, even with SEO on Etsy. Guess what? I had to figure out my own process, because you're not going to get the same information across these videos. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Ask yourself. I'm telling you, there's no limit to what you can create. There's no limit to what you can create and how far it can go. And the way to find that out, like, people are like, yeah, I've had people come to me, oh, I just don't know where to start. I don't know where to start with. Okay, let me give you some examples. For example, if you find your favorite thing, you want to interlap some things. So if you're obsessed with coffee mugs, you love to collect coffee mugs. Every time you see a coffee mug with your favorite thing on it, let's say, I don't know, everyone has a favorite thing. Your favorite thing might be French fries. It might be raccoons. It might be anything cats. It might be anything dogs. It might be a pirate theme. It might be panda bears or koalas or bacon or pickles. Your favorite thing might be marijuana leaf. That might go hand in hand with your spiritual purpose with medicine and healing and Reiki healing and whatever it is. If you have a favorite thing, let's just say, for example, you have an obsession with panda bears. You always want to do something that leads from a place of passion, because then you're not doing it. Great. If it makes money and sells, awesome. But you enjoy the process of doing it because you love to do it. And guess what? When that's the right order of things, you will make money. So people usually have it backwards. They don't really give a fuck about t-shirts, but a t-shirt's pretty easy to sell. And so, I don't care about t-shirts. So, but for example, if your thing is panda bears, here's an idea for an Etsy shop. There's you can go on canva.com. You can, let's say, for example, in your Etsy shop will allow you 20 sections. So you can divide up, you can come up with like 5 or 10 unique panda bear designs. You can even get on fiverr.com, fiverr.com, and you can look up seamless patterns graphic design. And these people will come up that make seamless pattern. A seamless pattern it's a square, like a tile, and when you hit the repeat pattern function, it creates a pattern all over the product with everything matching right seamlessly, like an overflowing pattern all over everything. So without overlaps and lines and creases and stuff. So you can come up with 5 or 10 different panda bear patterns. And Fiverr is a really great price. You have people that charge anywhere from $5 to $1,000. It just depends on what your budget is. Get on Fiverr. You can find someone who makes seamless tiles. Look at what their reviews are. Say, hey, how much would you charge to make me 10 different panda? I want a seamless patterns for panda bears. I want 10 different themes. Okay. They charge you $10, $20, $30, whatever their price is. You get those seamless patterns. This is huge. You now have 10 patterns. So you can choose, imagine in your mind, like, for example, you choose a print provider. I use Printful personally for personal reasons, which I can go into in a different video. Their quality of their products is top notch. They're a little bit more pricey, but it is worth it. I'm telling you, if you want to build a brand that's going to grow and expand over the course of time with longevity and success and building trust with consumers, you want to attract people who have the affordability to buy a higher priced product. I'm just telling you that. And they're going to be willing to come back and be happy to spend on your prices because they know the quality is there. You establish trust with them. You have a lifetime customer. So let's say, okay, you've got your 10 panda bear items. Let's say in your Etsy shop, you've got 20 sections. You can create a place that has really unique items with panda bear theme on it. Everybody in the world who loves panda bears is going to come to your shop. They're going to be the go-to place. And guess what? You're going to love it because you're going to share that joy with shoppers because it comes from joy in you. So you're going to unite in a vibration of joy and love. And that also breeds success and prosperity and abundance, right? So you can put that all over print pattern. Go to Printful, printful.com. You can go there today and look at what kind of all over print items they offer. You could have a home and living section on your shop, and you can put those 10 patterns on throw blankets, Sherpa blankets, pillowcases, pillows. You can put it on leggings, 10 patterns. They've got, I think, probably like 8 different styles of leggings now, or 9. You can say, well, I want to have a section for women's bottoms, so you can put them on leggings, joggers, pajama pants. What's easy to sell with leggings, matching sports bras. They've got, zip up jackets, windbreakers, hoodies, beanies, face masks, neck gaiters, accessories, electronic accessories, mouse pads, gaming pads, phone cases, kids clothing. You can have a kids and youth section on your shop. And all you got to do is put those designs on those products in Printful. Yes, there's a lot more involved in it to sync your shop. There's a lot more that goes into it with opening your Etsy shop and stuff like that. And that's a whole other gamut. That's what I'm saying. I might start an e-commerce channel to explain a lot of these things. Boom. You don't have to do all of it at once. You can do it, just do 10 products at a time and build on it and be in love with the process. But I'm just saying, when people are like, I just don't know where to start with your passion. Are you passionate about food related things? Are you a foodie and you went wild crazy? You can find someone on Fiverr who does AI related, using Mid-Journey seamless patterns related to something with food. There are print providers. There's so many more than just Printful. You Google what kind of providers are there for print on demand products. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 companies will come up. It's important to do your research, though. There's a lot of things that go into, if you're just going to want to sell a white coffee mug that has 500 different designs on them for teachers of all different career fields, or if you want an adult-related, vulgar, adult humor-related things, great, you can do that. Following Etsy's policies, no hate speech or anything like that. So you could do a unicorn theme. You can do a sports related theme. You could have a shop that's only for blankets, and you could put 100 different designs on them. Whatever your passion is. What is your passion? What is your interest? What is something that you could talk about all day and all night and never get tired of it? The sky's the limit. You can do anything that you want to do. It's your business. You can scale it as much as you want to scale it. And as far as whether to start with Etsy or Shopify and all these other things, that's a whole, there's thousands of videos out there about that, right? I'm on Etsy now, and I can say that I started with leggings, and that shop, and I've talked about this in the past few videos I've been making, but that has grown and expanded, and I'm still on Etsy because it's the easiest way that I have found to have access to a global market of millions of shoppers around the world. Their international shipping profiles, learning how to do all of that in sync with my print provider, and shipping costs. It's all the way you set it up, but it's been the easiest way to do that. And I now have over 15,000 products on the market among 3 shops. I'm working on opening a 4th, and I have 2 more in the works for next year as far as being built. And I'm looking at earning my pro membership on Printful for sales. I'm going to, if not hit a 6-figure sales year this year, I will definitely hit it next with all the stores I'm opening. Which only increases my profit margin. And that also is advertising for my book and my YouTube channel. And also it earns me money so that while I'm traveling, I'm literally making YouTube videos, and boom, I got an Etsy sale. Yesterday I got 6. The day before that I got 5. The day before that I got 5. Granted, holiday sales are picking up. I remember 3 years ago when I was getting one every single day, and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting an Etsy sale every single day. People are loving what I'm making. It's working. Now it's normal to have 3 to 5 every single day. And I know last year when things were picking up for the holidays, for me, it was mind blowing that I was getting 10 or 15 a day. This year, I'm going to have triple that. Next year, I'm going to have 10 times that. And so it goes on the multiplication. And I'm going to be able to do anything that I want to do, wherever I want to do it. And the moment my heart feels called to go do something, I'm never going to have to be looking on from the outside in ever again because of lack and limitation. So I'm just saying there's no limit. People are like, I did an Etsy shop and nothing's selling. Build another one. Add more to it. Blow life into it. There's no limit to what you can do. So it really comes down to another one that I'm going to want to do in the next year. If not the next year, the year after that. But I want to have a jigsaw puzzle store. That's going to have 300 or 400 different ideas for jigsaw puzzles. Unique that nobody else is doing. I've got to do my research first on a provider that offers the caliber of jigsaw puzzle, right? I haven't found one quite yet, but I haven't done my research. I've been busy building my other shops. So the sky's the absolute limit. Think about what you are desiring to sell. Think about what you're passionate about, because what you're passionate about, you're going to be it's going to get you through when there's no sales. It's going to get you through when you have people complain that they didn't get their item or they're not happy with their item. When things are hard, you're still going to be willing to keep investing in it because you love it, because it's coming from a place of passion and joy within your soul. So I just wanted to say, start looking. And it doesn't cost. People are like, well, I don't even have any money to even have 20 cents for a listing fee right now. Honey, you have a lot of work to do before you even get to that point to list a product. You need to figure out what you want to sell. You need to think about what you're passionate about. You need to go on Printful. I recommend that. I cannot recommend them enough. Go on Printful. Look at the items. That is printful.com. Get on Printful and look at what kind of items that they sell. And say, oh my God, I can sell that? I can sell... I'm trying to think of a unique item. They have so many. They even have pet leashes and collars. They have bags. If your passion is bags, they've got utility bags. Large and small tote bags, duffel bags, crossbody bags, or like faux leather purses, fanny packs. You could have a shop that's dedicated only to bags. If your passion is bags. If your passion is leggings, you already know how I feel about that. You can literally come up with like 20 or 30 designs, and you can have them available on every single legging and biker shorts and spandex shorts and yoga shorts with matching sports bras, and have solely a fitness brand if you want to. They also offer shoes. You can have just a shoe shop. That's actually one of my Etsy shops. Is I was like, oh, these designs are so popular on leggings and athletic wear. I wonder what they would do. That'll be so much fun to have them just like have a shop dedicated to shoes. So that's not quite finished yet. I think I have like 2,500 products left to put on there, but 5 different styles of shoes for women and shoes for men with all my designs on them. So it's the go-to spot when people have an obsession with shoes and they want something with unique. I've created a place that's where they're going to come. They want shoes with math calculus equations all over them, or little chemistry flasks because they're a science teacher, or they're obsessed with giraffes, or they're obsessed with cupcakes or cupcake sprinkles. I had a woman come buy 3 pairs of slip-on shoes that had french fries all over them because her and her 2 colleagues work for McDonald's corporate office, and they were going to a corporate event, and they were over the flippin' moon that they found a shop with french fries all over them. Do you know how much fun I had creating that and putting it? So much. Like, it is so much. Like, I love what I do. Every single day, I'm like, I feel like the most blessed woman in the whole world that I'm doing work I absolutely love to do. And I am just so excited about the concept of being able to sit and do this. An 8 or 10 hour workday has never flown by fast enough. Faster. I open my eyes and I'm like, oh my God, it's 6 p.m. I've been here since 6 a.m. this morning. I need to get up and move my body. I need to probably eat something. I need to probably blah, blah. Oh my God. For me to be able to continue to build this and expand and pour my heart and soul into work I absolutely love to do, and be doing it at hostels, meeting people from all over the world, or when I'm done with my workday, shutting my laptop and walking around outside with everything new, with the wild, crazy shit that happens in the streets, or going down to get street food in this village I'm in. I literally can do it anywhere I'm at in the world. And while I do it, I'm making sales on other shops while I'm building a new one, because it's just continuing to grow and expand. To be able to do that on a little Airbnb I spend $200 whopping on in some village with a balcony overlooking the mountains, drinking coffee harvested in those mountains, building relationships with local people, making YouTube videos. Like, literally, guys, you have the power to set up the life that you want to. Anything that you want to do, you can do. So I just wanted to say that. If there's anything that you want me to expound on more deeply, please always tell me what you want me to talk about. I can talk about a lot of stuff. I know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. And I don't want to just put Etsy on completely on another channel. I also don't want to clog this one up with a whole bunch of technical related Etsy stuff for people who really want to hear about inspiring messages about overcoming trauma and traveling and facing fears and more travel and more travel. So that I will post some Etsy stuff on here, because people who travel are also looking for ways to do this. And by the way, let me say, it's not something that happens overnight and all of a sudden you've got $10,000. No, YouTubers make it sound like that. I'm not saying that it couldn't be like that with some brilliant design and just tweaking the algorithms and it going boom. I'm not saying it couldn't, and I'm not saying that won't happen for me at some point with some other random idea that I have. I'm just saying, start now. You can start now with something small. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to break the bank. It doesn't have to be something that takes months of your time to build. It can be started with this. You can start today by looking at products, sitting down with your own self. You can't wait for someone to come across your path and tell you what you're interested in. You're the owner of that knowledge. It's up to you to sit with yourself and ask yourself and be honest. Are you passionate about pigs, owls? If you want to see some ideas for some unique themes, you're more than welcome to visit my mother's shop. It's unhiddenheroines.com. I am not worried about anyone copying me, because although you could find all over print patterns to copy my work, there's no way that anyone could identify or could duplicate my essence is extraordinary. I'm not worried about people copying off of me. My success is mine in divine right, and there's no competition in a spiritual plane. So if you want some creative ideas about things you're passionate about, you're welcome to visit my main shop. It's not perfect yet, but it doesn't have to be perfect to be showcased. It's unhiddenheroines.com. And look through, like, for example, the unisex pajama pants and the button-down shirts that are on there are my complete collections, with everything is completely done in those. Scroll through there and see what designs that you're like, because that's going to help teach you what your favorite thing is. When you see something that you're like, oh my God, I would love to have that, or I would love to, maybe it's because you're a science teacher or a math teacher, or it's a travel theme that you feel passionate about, or it's I have law and legal themes on there now for law students or law teachers or lawyers, whatever it is. Universe galaxy designs and astronauts prints, gay pride patterns, so whatever it is for you, pay attention to that, and that can give you an idea to say, I know what it is. I want to create an all gay pride theme shop. Go for it. There you go. You know what theme you want. Go to printful.com. Look at what products they sell. And then from there you can figure out how would I get patterns with X, Y, and Z? How would I get... just follow the process. Trust the process. But anyway, this is a very long video. If you made it to this point, I love you very much. Subscribe, like the video, and I will see you soon.